Namaste to everyone. I am delighted to be here today. I was actually wanting to narrate fairy tale stories and motivational stories to small and younger children. But then I was told that my audience would be a little bit bigger children. And I'm seeing you all here. Let me thank you here to interact and connect with all of you. I am Dr. Saujanya, a seasoned anesthesiologist and pain specialist and NLP master practitioner. Being a physician for over 25 years and working in the Dubai Health Authority for over 17 years, I have come across and encountered lots and lots of thousands of patients of varied forms of ailments. I have been observing the way they healed, they unhealed, the way they had the threshold and the way they let things go. Be it a mother who is delivering her baby, enduring the labor pains, or a child with a cancer, or a geriatric old man suffering from pain, or a teenager that has pain. The pain was same, but how they tackled and handled was different. In the midst of these awards, achievements, and a world record into my basket, I was at the peak of elation when I got a message, a medical message, revealing that there was a degenerative change going in some certain cells of my body that has no medical treatment currently. It indeed is devastating, which pushed me into darkness for a while. But then I believed that out of these 80 lakh creatures created by the Almighty on this earth, each creature has a purpose, and so do I and do you. This belief has lifted me up and dived me into learning the neuro-linguistic approach of healing and self-learning and self-breakthrough. I understood that health has heal in itself. By the way, the World Health Organization, the WHO, defines health as not only being physically healthy but also being mentally well and also socially well. We do exercises, we do yoga, we run marathons, and we climb and go for trekking and feel ourselves physically fit. But then, what about a healthy mind? What does a healthy mind mean to you? A healthy mind is that which is enthusiastic to work, and that mind that is enthusiastic to be compassionate. A healthy mind is that which has enthusiasm to work and enthusiasm to be compassionate. You're driving with your child and some friends, and then you encounter a jammed traffic on the road. You're stuck somewhere and the traffic is moving tardily and slowly. Your uneasiness gradually turns into restlessness. But the child beside you is looking outside so curiously, and the child is so curious about each and everything that is passing by. Dad, I like that blue car. Dad, look at the red car, it's so beautiful. Look at that yellow car, it's a sports car. Can we buy that car when I grow up? Dad tries to suppress the child. You try to suppress the child, but the child doesn't get suppressed. And the child's curiosity continues even more and looks into the sky. Look at that, Dad, I can see the Emirates flag there. And you become more restless now, feeling uncomfortable and feel embarrassed that your child is embarrassing you in front of the other people, because you deem yourself to be more composed and sophisticated, posh and pomp gentleman. What the child at this time represents is the curiosity and to understand the world. Imagine what we do to this child when the child grows up. You don't give a heed, and you are embarrassed because there are people watching you, and your social well-being sets in. There were times when mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, their spouses, children, grandchildren, grandparents all lived together. They were cooking together, eating together, playing together, celebrating together, fighting together, but yet bonding together. And we never had those anxieties, depressions, loneliness, and what not we see today, etc., etc. We are building beautiful cities with wide roads and high-rise buildings. And where are we living? We are living in those high-rise buildings in an apartment. We are living apart. Leave alone the neighbor whom you never knew, or your neighbor never knew you. You don't know who is in your family. You don't know each other. Because the nuclear families have become more nuclear, micro-nuclear, with you and your gadget. And your gadget shows you that perception of the world which you think as social. Where is all this leading to? As humans and as any living thing on this planet, we are already born with a balance. The anatomy and the physiology of our body is revolving all around the energies and the chemicals that are within us and in the universe. The 5 elements of earth, water, fire, sky, the space, and the air are within us too. The 75% of the earth that has water, so as we have too the 75% of water. The air that gives the 21% of oxygen that we breathe in, which does wonders in the body and changes the chemistry and physics of the body. We have nothing to do with it. The balance is already existing and we need to maintain it. But then what do? We consume those things that appear like food but which are not exactly the food. You are dumping in so much of glucose into your bloodstream, and one day the insulin starts fighting back at you and gets exhausted. And the mitochondria in your cells at the cellular level doesn't produce as much energy as you need, because you're dumping all the stores in the store. The storage is full, but then you don't have anyone to cook in your kitchen. You feel fatigued. You wonder why I'm eating so much. I eat all the good food I have. I eat so regularly. But then you're not eating regularly. You eat whenever you want and wherever you want. And this leads to insulin resistance and a pathway and gateway to your diabetes. When a deer spots a lion, immediately the stress hormones in it release, gush in to give energy to its muscles, and the deer starts running for the fight or flight mechanism. It runs and flies to which extent? To an extent where the deer feels safe and feels calm and a sigh of relief. And then these stress hormones calm down and they disappear until the deer faces a threat again. The threat is over. But for us as humans, what is happening? We are continuously living in a perceived threat. What will happen to my job? Will I have money in the future? How would my business go? What happens to my children, my parents, my health, my wife's health, my husband's health? This is continuously surrounding in our minds, and we are living in this continuous surge of stress hormones which are not needed, which are never calmed down. What does this lead to? You get hypertension, you go into the cancers, your blood vessels thicken and the blood clots or the bleed start, going into stroke and coronary artery diseases. You open your mobile, you try to switch off the morning alarm to wake you up and start the day with, oh my God, I have to go. On the other hand, it should be, I want to go for work or I want to go for school. You not only switch off the alarm, but the devil in the brain makes you open to see what is there in the WhatsApp or on the social media, just for 2 seconds. And these 2 seconds become 2 hours in no time, and you keep on scrolling. How much of radiation? This is where cancer is setting. You are alone, you don't have anyone to talk. You feel lonely. The loneliness, depression, anxiety, OCDs and all these set in. Your own cells start fighting with you, and autoimmune diseases are on other line. And one day when this Katapa stabs the Bahubali in you, you wonder, why me? Whatever was developing didn't develop in a day's time. It was a slow process, and when the symptom arose and when you saw the symptom, it's already far ahead and fully developed in you. Can you do something about it? Yes. Know what is stored. Be conscious about what is happening in life. And yad bhavam tad bhavati. What you think, you become that. This thinking can be what you consume, what you communicate, what you perceive and make yourself. You always have a clash between the conscious and the unconscious mind. Yeah, and by the way, can you tell me, when are you conscious about yourself? At what age do you think you become conscious? The evolutionary biology says, as soon as you are dropped as a single cell into your mother's womb, your consciousness starts there in that single cell. It has all the information needed, and this single cell multiplies and multiplies and multiplies to become these millions and millions of cells that becomes you. Hence, the single cell's information is divided into all these millions of cells, into organs, organ systems, and your senses. And that is the main storage. Each cell has a storage. So, the secret is, your mind is not in your brain. Your mind is not in your brain. Your mind is in each and every cell of your body. When I am talking to you now, you are perceiving it through your eyes, ears, and senses. And these are just the gadgets which are transferring it to where they are needed. And brain, being the epicenter, has the entire software of the body. And do you know, there is no other supercomputer than your own brain. Our ancient rishis and sages have done this, and they worked on their unconscious mind. We think that we are technologically so ahead and far advanced. No, we are using gadgets to understand the world. We are just trying to decode what this ancient rishis and sages have given to us. They have already placed in front of us everything like a platter. Just to decode, we are investing and inventing all these gadgets. I hope you all agree with me. So how do you do this? How do you achieve this balance and keep health in the proper way in your life? It is by conditioning and programming. It is a simple Andeka Funda. When you break the egg from outside, the life is gone. But when the egg cracks from inside, life is born. As simple as this. Go and listen to any motivational speakers or sages or gurus or whatever. If you don't take this information from within yourself, you cannot transform yourself. So the conditioning comes from within you. Your unconscious mind continuously tells you from her storage what is wrong, what is right. But consciously you don't put an effort. That effort isn't easy, and hence the dis-ease. You can do it. But what to do? You all know very well. It's just a repetition and revision of what we have to do. This body is made to move, and the movement give a momentum and invest in exercising yoga and move your body, each and every small muscle, including your facial muscles, each and every day. The diet you know which is good, and what time to have, how many times to have, how much to have, and the quantity of water to balance your body. You know what it is. You can condition yourself to follow it. The rules need not be intense. You never keep intense resolutions. You can do it in small parts. Small parts every week, every day will become a habit after day 21. So in each of these subtitles, make one small change in your life every day and do it. And at the end of 21st day, see what magic can happen to you. The breathing makes magical changes in your body. It's not only about the oxygen causing biochemical reactions, but the way you breathe enhances and enriches the cellular activity at the cellular level. The future is all about understanding this quantum formula at the cellular level and cellular well-being. About the thinking, yes, think positive, because the water in you transmits the positivity. And there have been experiments that water understands your feelings. The negative feelings give a different microscopic picture, and the positive feelings give a different microscopic picture when you see the water molecules under a microscope. When you gossip, you get that transient pleasure out of it. And when you transmit this, the other person gets this, and it spreads and spreads and spreads. But underneath, your unconscious mind tells you and gives negative signals to you that this is a gossip and whatever is happening is not right. Though you feel the pleasure from outside, it's the dopamine. But inside, your serotonin is decreasing. This is what the thoughts do to your body. All these in turn will have to give us sound sleep for you, which takes you into an entirely different world. That is what matters for the metabolism to be in the proper balance all the night. Yeah, and again, yad bhavam tad bhavati. What you give to the world, you get it back. Give love, you will get love back. Give happiness, you will get the happiness back. A long study by Harvard for over 85 years has been done, starting from 1938, which ended in 2023, over a set of people who were tracked for predicting the reason for longevity and happy and healthy life. And the shocking result was that the longevity and happy and healthy life is not because of your exercise, not because of your diet, not because of your sleep or genetics. It is because of the quality of your relationships. The 85-year-long science has proved this. So go ahead. Remember that one person in your life who has given happiness to you in the past, who has been good to you in the past. Maybe it can be your cousin, your friend, your forgotten friend, or someone, a co-worker who has been with you for some time and you have never spoken to you for quite some time. Call that person now after you finish this and let me know how you feel about this. And make a blueprint of a small note of each and every point that you can do from today. A small change in each and every point of your life for 21 days. And look at yourself in the mirror after 21 days. And do let me know how you feel about this. Thank you so much.